The journey of man is an unending battle for survival, overshadowed by the inevitability of loss. As Arthur Schopenhauer starkly pointed out, the world does not reward comfort or sentiment, it reveres endurance and power. She smiled at your scars, not because she wished them healed, but because they proved you bled for her. You've heard that women are drawn to strength, but the deeper truth is, they are drawn to strength that willingly suffers for them. Schopenhauer understood this truth well. He stated, "The fundamental fault in the character of women is that they have no sense of justice. And justice, brothers, begins with appreciation of sacrifice, yet to her, your suffering isn't a debt owed, it's just the natural order of things. The betrayal wasn't her intention, it was your illusion. You thought your sincere love, your open suffering would win admiration, but in her eyes, your pain wasn't a tragedy, it was an offering." Schopenhauer wrote clearly, "Women exist in the main solely for the propagation of the species. This isn't an attack, it's an awakening. The task of continuation demands more than affection, it demands grit, endurance, pain. You strive, you labor, you carry on, not for applause, but because your resilience serves life itself. This is why the casual, carefree man rarely earns her admiration. That look of approval is for the one who silently suffers under the weight of responsibility, wearing resolve like armor. She isn't chasing your victories, she's watching your endurance." In the primal theater of life, women were shaped to admire not peaceful power, but power proven in pain. Schopenhauer, in his blunt insight, believed that nature designed women to prioritize immediate needs. He observed, "Nature has endowed woman for her protection and defense with the art of dissimulation. So if she challenges your resolve through demands, indifference, or trials, it's not out of cruelty but survival instinct. In her world, only the man who bears all without breaking earns a place beside her. She becomes both the reflection and the crucible of masculine greatness, shaping him, often without even knowing it." But today's man, raised on ideals of emotional equality and shared softness, is shaken by this truth. He wants women to value vulnerability. He forgets that in the ancient mind, vulnerability signals danger, and danger invites rejection. What Schopenhauer revealed isn't that women are cruel, but that they are loyal to the fierce laws of nature, far more than men lost in romantic ideals. When she gives love, she gives it completely, but as Schopenhauer wrote, "At the bottom, there is always something selfish. Not out of malice, but from biological necessity. So when your kindness, your quiet sacrifices, your humble love go unnoticed, understand, it's not contempt, it's that sacrifice without dignity is invisible to instinct. A man who suffers and complains is still enslaved. A man who suffers and understands, he is liberated." Schopenhauer believed that suffering is the fabric of life, and that human longing only binds us tighter to pain. Expecting a woman, shaped by nature, to rise above nature is to misunderstand the very essence of existence. He wrote, "Woman is by nature meant to obey, not as subjugation, but as the tension between masculine construction and feminine selection. The man builds. The woman chooses. The man endures. The woman honors the one who endures best." If these words enrage you, it's not because they're false, but because they shatter illusions you were taught to protect. You weren't born to be adored for your gentleness or good intentions. You were made to be tested, by adversity, by fate, and yes, by her. And when you pass, without bitterness, with clarity, you rise above the game entirely. Schopenhauer compared the intellect of women to that of children, not in insult, but to emphasize their focus on the immediate, the tangible, the survival-driven. He believed, "The intellect of women bears the same relation to that of children, as their body does to men's. She is not plotting against you, she's tuned into another frequency, one where emotional comfort takes a backseat to security, where the man who stands firm through hardship is the one worthy of loyalty. Not pity. Not recognition for effort, but admiration earned only through triumph." Modern men often err by looking for sympathy when they should seek respect. They display their wounds hoping for compassion, but forget, It is the stoic scar, not the raw wound, that earns loyalty. You're not asked to hide pain out of shame. You're called to command it. Even ancient legends tell us this. The men who earned women's hearts didn't escape suffering, they conquered it. Achilles, who cried yet fought. Odysseus, who struggled yet returned. These were men who understood that life's pain is not a punishment, but a proving ground for the soul. In that furnace, pain is not a curse, it is transformation. If it appears she desires your pain, it's not hatred, it's that she longs to witness your ascent, to see you rise, not untouched but undefeated. To suffer, not in weakness but with purpose. Resisting this truth only prolongs needless anguish. But once you accept it, once you embrace that your burden is not accidental but essential, you stop seeking approval and begin to command respect. It is not a woman's hate that challenges your spirit, it is her reflection of whether that spirit is worthy of the crown. Not a crown of luxury, but one carved by hardship. She does not bring pain to destroy you. She brings it to reveal you. Grasp this, and you will no longer resent her nature, you will honor it. The wise man doesn't curse the nature of women. He doesn't rage against the storm, he strengthens his vessel. Schopenhauer never preached hate, he called for clarity. He wrote, "To marry is to have one's rights and double one's duties." Take this not as despair but as foresight. A man should never expect a woman to change, he must change what he expects, he must harden his will, fortify his soul. If she draws power from your pain, let it not be the agony of a man destroyed by disillusion, but the resolve of a man who wears his trials like a crown. When you carry your burden with pride, seeking no sympathy, you stop being a boy craving affection, and become a man who rises above it. Your strength does not lie in avoiding suffering, but in facing it head-on. Endure, not for her praise but for the reflection that meets your own gaze. Suffer, not for her love but to temper your spirit against life's inevitable storms. If through this you gain her admiration, it will not be because you pursued it, but because you transcended the need for it. Schopenhauer, though steeped in bleakness, still saw glimpses of beauty within life's cruelty. He never despised women, he pitied men who failed to understand them. The man who sees clearly can recognize in a woman not an adversary, but a force of nature, one that destroys weak vessels but carries the strong to distant shores. So, brothers, forge yourselves into men who don't beg for tenderness where life demands toughness. See women not as judges of your worth, but as reflections of your readiness. If she tests you, resists you, even ignores you, do not see betrayal, see the trial. She brings the flame not to consume you, but to forge you. The answer is not withdrawal, nor bitterness. It is sovereignty. Build yourself first. Anchor yourself in purpose, deeper than any affection. Become so strong that whether she stays or leaves, your soul remains still. And when you share love, do it from wholeness, not hunger. Then, and only then, will you walk with women in harmony. Not as a boy begging for comfort. Not as a wounded cynic. But as a man who knows that true love isn't the absence of pain, it's the union of two souls who've survived it. You were not born for pity. You were born to be honored. And only through fire is honor forged. Schopenhauer showed the path. Now it's yours to walk. Please like, share and subscribe for more videos.